Good. Then we can start, and I first should ask you to present yourself and tell the people who you are.
Right now?
Yep, right now.
All right. Hi, I'm MasterEth. I am a YouTuber who makes videos about indie projects. That's my main creativity. I also edit videos for other people. That's what I do, basically.
I think you work with Isaac. Was it correct? Isaac, was it?
Who?
Isaac? Or was it someone else? No, Boomerang. Am I getting something?
I don't think so.
I saw your name in some video. So
I've been in a lot of videos.
I saw your name in some video. Touzel? Might be Touzel. No, it wasn't Touzel. I don't know. But I've seen you fairly old on the platform. Like, you have been on a platform for a while. And
since like 2016, yeah.
Yeah. And I seen your videos like every now and again. Even before I like actively watched your channel. And yeah, if we can get right into the topic. So one of the tweets you said was something around the lines of I might never be as successful as I want to turn this into a job, but I'm going to continue it because I like it. And I like this mentality, but I think it's a little bit, I don't know, unrealistic. Do you get that?
Interesting.
So
how so?
The reason being is that because I have also been doing this for a year now. It's my second year, and even before that, I watch a lot of YouTube. I consumed a lot of YouTube, and I always wanted to do this. I like, even before you could monetize the thing, even could you make a career out of it, I always wanted to do online content. And since the beginning of the internet, even before you could make money with it, there was this mentality of, oh, if you work hard enough, you can do it. And I was always against it because I don't think it's true. I think there's a lot of luck involved. And but I also at the same time think that if you keep long enough, there might be someday, that the luck turns into your favor and you can do it.
Right.
But I think for most people, it's a hard road. It's like it's a very long one as well. Like, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to get to a certain point where you feel comfortable with saying, okay, now I can quit my job and live off my, I don't know, ad revenue or Patreon or whatever. So yeah, I disagree that you can never do it. I would say you would do it someday, maybe in 10 years.
Right, exactly. It's like when people become a YouTuber, it's two things. You see like the hobbyist YouTuber, which honestly, there have been so many times where I've collaborated with like hobbyist YouTubers where I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's going to continue to make videos. Nope. Like, most of the people I've collaborated with don't make videos anymore.
Yep.
And it's just the fact of like, well, I mean, that kind of makes sense because I'm in it for like the long game. Like, this is like my thing. Like, I don't see a reason for me to stop it. Even if YouTube wasn't a platform, I'd still make videos because I enjoyed like the whole process of it.
Same.
And like you touched on luck. Obviously, like, luck is a factor, but at the same time, you have to have that good level, that good foundation at the start in order to like get to that point. You know.
I mean, I mentioned luck because since I always look for people that are under 100 subs, I always look for those people because I think people are missing on, like, especially people that would actually have influence on the platform are missing. Yeah, I know quite a few. For example, Cynic does a lot of that. He looks actively for smaller creators, but I think we are missing like a gold mine here and there where they could get motivated by having an actual, at least a small viewership, so that you can motivate them to do something. Like, you made a video where you showed a lot of YouTubers. There was this one very young lad that does animation with Blender. Like, if you get him like a little bit of satisfaction for his job, for his work, I think you can keep them on the platform. And I think it's often missed. Like, you do something for a year and nobody watches, basically, and then you're like, you're also doing it for someone to see it. It's not only for you. True. That's why hobbyists stop when they are done with it. Like, when they're not having fun anymore, they stop. If you're doing like half, if you're doing like it's a hobby, but I also want to take it serious, like a job, you have to have this video at some point ready. You have to finish it, the video at some point. So for me, it's the same. I take it serious. Some weeks I have 80-hour weeks. So because I work full time and then I work on the YouTube channel,
right?
It can get very tiring. So yeah. But that's I think also the difference. Correct. You pointed it out correctly. Like the difference between hobbyists and half professionals.
Yeah.
The hobbyist
like
stopped.
yeah, I started out like that. Yeah, exactly.
The hobbyist just stops. I have so many people that like are really good creators, but they stopped in 3 months. 3 months seems to be like the cap where people get the first feelings of frustration, where like, why is nobody watching? Like I did something great. Like that's unfortunately the reality. Nobody's gonna watch you in the beginning. For the first year or two, like you won't have an audience.
Well, it's also the fact of those years are critical because it's like those are the years where you can make all the mistakes you want and everything. Because it's like you got to find like what you're good at and like double down on it, honestly. And it takes a while when you don't know. So that's why you experiment with like a bunch of video forms and video styles, and then you find the one thing that like you're really good at and it clicks with you, and then you stick with that. Like it's simple, but it just takes a lot of work and a lot of time.
Yep,
you know.
And I also don't. I hear this a lot as well. Like, focus on something or niche something, and I'm more of the old school, or I'm a boomer tuber. I'm like, I like the content of our one channel has everything. Someone that works with movies, I want them also to make some commentary stuff, and I want them to make music, and I want to make them to make skits, and I want to make them game reviews. I don't care. I just want as much variation in the content as possible, because I can imagine a movie, or like a movie person like that does skits could actually make a pretty good game review if they really set it out to do it. But because of the nature, maybe the nature of the platform, it's frowned upon, or it's like a bad decision for your channel because maybe people are not going to stick around with that. But I think if you grow up with a audience that is comfortable with the constant changing of your content, that could lead to a more healthy channel. Something like Jenna Marbles comes to mind. She does everything. There's no niche for her. She does everything. Yeah. There's a vlog here, there's some skits here, there's a commentary thing here, there's a movie review there. So yeah, I think even though you're correct, it's probably healthier, or at least it helps the growth if you focus on one thing.
I mean, not even, growth, but not even like from that. I feel like just discovering like yourself creatively more so than like, the numbers, So it's like, because like I didn't know I liked making analysis videos until I made a video about Hive Swap 2 years ago? 1 year ago.
Okay.
And then but here's the stupid thing, right? Back then I used to create like whatever I wanted, and I had no like niche or whatever you want to call it, right? So when 32,000 people saw my Hive Swap video, my channel, like, it had no structure. Like, it was everything, right? And so I feel like I kind of learned from that situation where it's like, well, if I had a lot more of those types of videos, I feel like more people would have stuck around, but they didn't, because like that's not what I was doing. And so I learned from that. I'm like, I'm actually also good at this, so let's just start making this kind of content. And I've made that type of content straight for like a year at this point. Like I've been on YouTube for like 4 years, but like last year was like extremely impactful for me, because I'm like, okay, I know what I want to do, I know what I'm gonna do, and then I did it. Like I had this set idea and then I accomplished it. So I think that's very important to do, especially, well, not even when you're starting out, because you're just learning and having fun, but figuring out eventually, I feel like helps you.
Did you set rules for yourself, like having a video a month, or scoping down a video, or having already researched a topic or something like that?
I'm always thinking about my videos in the back of my head, and I always know like when I want a video to release. Like more recently, it's been like 1 to 2 a month, simply because like it takes me a long time to research the topic and then script write, and then look up the script over, and then record it, and then edit it. And editing takes a while in and of itself because of how much I do. So it's just like I understand that my creative process is like very time consuming.
Yeah.
Because of like the quality of what I do. And so if I really wanted to, I could probably get a video out like every 2 weeks, but at the same time, like I have a job where I edit for other people. So like my time is valuable. So it's like I have to edit for other people, and it's like, oh, but I also want to work on my creative projects, but I can't work on that until I get a bunch of client stuff done, because the client stuff gets me money. YouTube doesn't right now. So it's like it's all about priorities and everything. So it's like I feel like if I only did YouTube like as a job, I could get a video out like every week easily. But it's just like my time is split up so much where it's like it's tough to do. So I usually try to go for like at least one a month. If it's more than that, then that's cool. But it's like I usually only work on one project at a time, except for now, because I have this huge project in the background that I've been working on for a few months. And I don't want to like 100% focus on it because it's going to take me months to finish. So I'm like, I'll just put that in the background and I'll work on that when I have nothing else to work on with my projects. Anyways, I don't know if that answered your question. I kind of derailed everything.
Okay, let me do a thing that we can agree on before this goes on. I like when guests just takes the question wherever they want, because I think that's the most healthy way the person can answer the question. And it leads to more discussion.
Well, I mean, that's fair. It's just I got to this point of talking. I'm like, oh wait, what was the original question? I don't remember.
No. Nobody cares. At the end, nobody cares. Like I know.
I'm just saying.
I think it's important. I think it's fun. Like it's fun to listen to two people talking about something. It's like a natural flow of the discussion.
Right.
And it's not like, I'm interviewing you. I'm interviewing you with questions that I want to drill you.
Oh, right. No, I get that.
I hate that.
No. I get what you're saying. Like I understand. I'm just saying more so for like my perspective. It's like, oh right.
No, just go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah, I know.
That the podcast has many subtitles. One is we bring the guests to despair. Nobody answers the questions. The host will definitely say fuck at some point. There it happened. There are many things that happen during the podcast.
Yeah.
We also have a code word for World War II imagery that's called Schwarzenism, because
okay, well,
it happened with Touzel. Touzel made it happen, and I said, no, don't say that word, and cut it out of the podcast. No, but yeah, like that's the nature of a podcast. I think you can goof off, and if the guest feels comfortable. The more the guest feels comfortable, the more you can goof off, the funnier it is to the guests, the viewers or the listeners to listen to it.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But getting back to track.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever track we were on. I never seen you doing advertising actively. I've seen your videos here and there posted by someone else, but you don't do it. What is your stance on advertising? Have you a stance on advertising your videos yourself? And and do you do it? Or do you not do it? What is your stance on
it? Well, I feel like my stance honestly is like I'm not gonna expect YouTube to push my stuff, so I do it because it's my video and my content. And so it's like what I do is I normally take like a snippet of my video, usually like the first minute, 30 seconds, whatever. I have like a little end card type thing saying to watch the full video, click the link or whatever, and then I share that to like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, sometimes Reddit, depending on the topic. I can't do that with every video, but if I know there's a particular niche, then I'll go for it. That's what kind of happened with HiveSwap. It kind of blew up on that subreddit when I shared it. But yeah, so it's just like it's so tough for me because it's like part of me feels like, well, why can't I just post the full video to Twitter? Well, Twitter doesn't allow 22-minute videos, you know? So it's like YouTube is like the place for me because it's like long form content. And so it's just like it's tough for me to make micro content with my specific videos.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the same problem. Even my first video is fairly long, and they got even longer and longer the more I got into it. And like, yeah, who wants to hear a review about a game called Anxiety that nobody heard about and is 40 minutes long?
I'd probably watch it, honestly.
Yeah, but like, how do you get... That was always my problem. How do you get to those people? I know they're out there because I watch that content. I make it because I watch it. But like, how do you get them? Because you don't know where they are. Like,
I mean, was it an indie game?
Yeah, it's an indie game.
Okay, then indie game subreddits.
Yeah, but like also like subreddits has this whole posting self-promoting stuff, and
well, then you gotta find the right subreddits.
Yeah, exactly. You have to find the right subreddits. I definitely made the experience with that one of my videos was about Honeycam Studios, the one loot game, the one loot clicker game, and they have their own
Honeypop.
No, Honeycam Studios. There was a clicker game. Honeypop is the other game. I covered that in a fairly serious manner, you know, not like goofing off, but like trying to explain like what is the game about and getting serious about it, serious about the topic. You know, I think there's like a lot of discussion to have with the game. And I posted on the subreddit, and that was very successful actually at the time, because unfortunately the correct subreddit can make or break your video, and it's not fair, but at the same time, like, yeah, I get it. Like, why should YouTube ever promote your stuff? They have no financial incentive to it. Like, sure,
especially when
sure,
if making you money, exactly.
If you are a network, and the network says, "Hey, we have this guy here. Can you promote that?" And you go, "Yeah, let's go. Let's put him on trending. Let's get him 1 million views."
Right. Put MasterEth on trending hashtag. Anyways,
yeah, it's weird. I love to shit on YouTube because I think they don't get. I don't think they get. I think they don't get the correct amount of shit. They get people talk about certain things like, oh, they're doing this wrong or they do this wrong, but they don't focus on certain things that I think is important. For example, recently Alphabet came out with the financials. They made YouTube made $50 billion in ad revenue alone. And if you look it up, the financial report, there's a one written besides the YouTube ad revenue. And if you look it up, they said, other YouTube incomes are not represented here. So YouTube YouTube didn't make $50 billion. Wow. They made way more, because what does YouTube does? Yeah, they have data that they get from you, from the creator, from the viewers. They have a bunch of other stuff, like they can connect your account with your Twitter account, with your Patreon, with your Snapchat, with your Instagram. That's also monetizable if someone wants to market towards you. Why do you, when you Google something, why do you get an ad on YouTube? That's money. That's an extra service you can sell. So yeah, YouTubers love to shit on YouTube, but I don't think towards the correct the things that they should do, like talking about the financials, talking about the deeper implications of what YouTube actually does with the data and so on.
Right.
You get my point?
Crazy.
We talk about like, oh, should YouTube change your guideline again, blah blah blah. But we don't talk about, hey, they made $50 billion and they can't fix their system where someone like Onision or FuzzYouTube or what is JStation doesn't get kicked off the platform. Do you really think they are understaffed? They have a lot of money.
If you want to bring up the whole kicking people off YouTube thing, if you even kick one person off of YouTube,
everyone
do you realize
gets
how big? No. Do you realize how big of a black hole that's going to create? Which is why YouTube doesn't want to, do that, because it's like, well, but even still, like some channels like just get like deleted or like unactivated, so it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but they got deleted for like, I Hate Everything got deleted I think 2 or 3 times. For what? For what?
Right.
And then at the same time, you have people that are actually like not showing that they're actually doing promotion, not showing that they actually doing advertisement, constantly pushing gory and sexual stuff on YouTube, and those channels stay up. It's like, you're a $15 billion company allegedly. It's way more, and you can.
Yeah, YouTube has favorites for sure.
And that's my point. Like, that sounds weird. And I know we love to shit on YouTube, and I love to shit on YouTube too because it's big corporation. But at some point, I'm like, you should get your shit together, YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like a drunken mom. Like, Mom, get your shit together.
Wow.
Oh no.
It's like you think they would be more responsible, but it's just like they're kind of like in their own head all the time. And it's just like, okay, cool, but like we're saying all these things and it's like you're not even listening.
Yeah.
There was a do you know who Gus Johnson is?
Yep.
Okay. Did you see his I think this is a more recent skit, but did you see the one where it's like
yeah.
How YouTube makes decisions?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
YouTube is basically
it's so true.
Yeah, let's do we're changing this guideline. Everyone in the community, no, change it. YouTube, yes, we're gonna change it. Yeah, it's basically it. I compare what like you are like a worker at a work office, and you're doing your thing, and Monday comes and YouTube says, oh, you did a great job, and then Tuesday comes around and said, well, the thing you did yesterday, that was horrible. Delete it. I hate it. And then and you change it, okay? And
bipolar
then,
boss.
Yeah, and you change it. You make everything perfectly. And then Wednesdays comes around, and it said, well, the thing you did yesterday wasn't half of bad, but it's still horrible, and we have new rules. And then Friday comes around, and he just drops kick you, and like, you're fired. I hate you. Delete you. How dare you? Think of the children. That's basically YouTube.
Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong.
No, now again, shit on YouTube. See, like I didn't want to do this, but you're forcing me here, YouTube. Okay, you're forcing my hands.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, where else am I supposed to go? Like,
I know it's hypocritical. Okay, we are doing stuff on YouTube. We're using the platform. It's actually unprivileged to use it. You know, I get it. But at the same time, like, is it so hard to ask to do like basic stuff? Like maybe lending us a hand here and not not making our lives worse.
Oh, they lend a hand just to the people that, you know, we don't really want them to lend a hand to.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the already big creators who are already successful. Yeah, we're gonna help you, buddy. What? What is it?
Yeah.
At Juice World.
Yeah.
Did you see that whole video? It was like it was crazy.
It's weird. I mean, I have example from my own channel. I have one series called the fuck series.
Oh wow.
It's
okay.
It's called fuck and then any corporation or some stupid person. So I made fuck Disney. That got traction a little bit. For my channel, like I think 300 views, fairly good, even though I'm small. Mm-hmm. And then I made the next week, because I already planned it and scripted it, fuck YouTube. And that got only 30 views. And I'm like, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. Just because I put fuck and YouTube together, that's weird. But fuck YouTube, everyone wants that. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm not accusing you of anything, but it looked weird to me. Like, this is the same video. Like, people that watch this one, they would also watch this other one.
Yeah.
So when people talk about YouTube suppressing stuff and not telling anyone about it, I sometimes have my doubts. But sometimes I think, okay, they're meddling here sometimes too often, especially when it comes to pushing stuff.
Right.
I hope, man, I said it in the video itself, like, it's a monopoly.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
$50 billion, what do you expect? Like, no, like, Twitch Twitch as a platform, they make, I think, 300 something million a year as revenue, and, like, they are not even the same universe. Like,
right.
It's not even the same universe. The fine that they had to pay to COPPA, you know, to the FTC, it's like not even 1% of their income, and it's like only ad revenue. We're not talking about the other money that they make that they're not talking about.
Right, the dirty money, right?
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Money exchanging from under the table. Yeah. You know.
Do you want to move on from YouTube? I just don't. And once I get into talking shit about YouTube, I just go with it.
For real. Well, yeah. I don't know. YouTube's kind of this weird, like, what?
Let me ask you one thing.
What?
I had this idea of, like, I also, even though I'm a small channel, I have dead subs. Like, people that did not watch my content for a year, probably. So they maybe subscribed in the beginning, but they're not watching it. I had this idea of, let me have the tool to actually purge my own subscribers. Because YouTube does, YouTube does that already. You know, YouTube does that already. They when your subscribers are inactive, like for a few years, I think, they purge. They like just straight out purge your subscriber count.
I would have like 200 subscribers then.
I just think it's for me, it's like it's weird looking at like the discrepancy, because also like YouTube said, oh, you not only have to subscribe, you have to press the notifications. And I know the reason why, you know, like if you get too many notifications, you would watch less YouTube. That's why you get personalized notifications. I get that. Okay, great. But then also give me more tools that I can work with. Like, what do you think about the idea?
I think that's interesting, because it's like, on one side, it's like, it makes sense. But at the same time, you know, people love to flex their subscriber counts. So not many people would use it to begin with. So I don't think YouTube would take the time to implement that.
Okay.
So.
Now moving on from shitting on YouTube, let's shitting on YouTubers, specifically small YouTubers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have to say to me then, huh?
No, I think I never seen that from you, but I see that a lot on the subreddit, especially. People talking about, I reached this sub goal, and then I go to that channel, and it's like, oh, you don't even have 1% of your viewership. Like, your sub goal means nothing. Like, if you have 100, 1K, 100K subscribers, if your videos don't get at least 10% of the thing, like, it's meaningless. And for the past year, I had to acknowledge that myself. Like, subscribers, the number is cool. Like, it's a cool badge you can hang around, and it also gets you to monetization. But at the same time, like, it's just something. It's a number. It's definitely a number. It goes up.
True.
It shows how long you have been on the website. That's my perspective of it.
I mean, but that's already in the about section, so
yeah. But the subscribe is like an indicator of how long you have been on the website, probably.
I mean, in a sense, yeah.
And I heard another thing that I forget his name. He said subscribers are are an indicator of how many one-hit wonders you had. Because once you get like one video that is very popular, you get a lot of subscribers, and then maybe 20-30% stay, and then the next time you get a big hit, then it grows a little bit. Yeah, so that's why I would like a purge option. Like, you didn't watch my stuff for half a year, maybe implement it so that it's even more nuanced. Like, you someone didn't watch for half a year, then before it's purged, you send a notification, and if the person doesn't watch the video, then it gets actually purged.
Right.
Something like that, But I get your point. But I get your point. Like, YouTube is not interested because most people probably don't care, and they probably have data that shows that it wouldn't make a difference. So why spend resources on that, right?
Right.
It's a very data-driven decisions, of course. Like, do you remember like customizable pages?
Yes.
Like, did you like that feature?
I mean, I didn't use much of YouTube until like it. Well, I mean, I used YouTube. Like, the earliest I've personally used YouTube is probably 2011. But okay. I only used it for a little bit then. Like, I wasn't really like on the internet until like I was like 15 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like for half of my life, it's like I've been on the internet, and half my life I haven't been on the internet, which I'm honestly thankful for, because if I lived like my entire life and I was always on the internet, I'd be like so messed up. Like, more so than I already am now. Like, it's crazy how much the internet is an influence, even when you like are older and everything. It's crazy.
You notice it. You notice it.
Oh yeah.
But
I say all these little things where it's like, oh wow, yeah, I'm on the internet. I get the memes.
Yeah, my earliest video was probably in 2008, maybe a little bit earlier.
Wow.
So I have been like since the beginning here. Since pretty much beginning, I have seen probably everything. But because of my low English knowledge, I couldn't enjoy much of the English-speaking community. I think 2012, my journey began actually with English-speaking YouTube. Yeah, but like one of like that feature, right? That's something that adds personality to a channel, because now you have the banner and the profile picture. I know why it's probably got shafted because probably most people didn't care and most people didn't use it. But I feel like it looked more personal, like old Smosh pages. We have this where you had this like paper or cartonnage thing, and it looks great. Looks amazing. Like people got really creative with the type they were doing. I had some German YouTubers that used like the border as like a canvas, and they drew a bunch of characters on that, like they were fighting and stuff. That was great. But I know, they got shafted. I know why it's got shafted. You know, like probably people didn't use it. It was,
or people used it in the wrong way,
or that, yeah. Like instant messaging doesn't work.
Some propaganda,
instant messaging doesn't is not available anymore exactly because of that. Or video responses. Video responses are also gone because of that. Because of people abused it. Even though I think with video responses you got closer to your community because they could actively like give something back to you more quicker and like more personalized than just a message. But I get it. Like it's all of those decisions are data driven. All of those decisions are like we want to maximize the profit, and I get it. And I get it. I have an economic background, so I know that they probably made the correct decision. I'm just like, maybe it's the nostalgia. That's why I called myself like a YouTube boomer. Like it's like, oh, those young kids with their new technology and their algorithms. Back in my days, you had to find your videos on your own and share with your friends. Like, maybe this is like the boomer mentality coming from my side.
Back in my day, we only used to watch Charlie the Unicorn on YouTube.
Exactly. An ASDF movie. Die, potato. Not tonight.
Exactly. It was always cool finding these random videos that friends kept talking about and referencing, and then I watched them, then I got the joke, and it's like, oh, so cool.
Yeah. You know? And I'm not... A lot of people are ashamed of their past or ashamed of what they watched. I'm like, I'm not. Right. I'm unapologetically happy that I could experience those things. Why be ashamed? You know, like this is part of our internet culture. Like even probably in 10, 20 years when we grow up old, we're gonna tell our kids, well, we watch this kind of stuff. You know, YouTube poop. Does anyone remember that? You know. Yeah, I'm from the YouTube poop era. You know, like 2008. What did you watch? Like YouTube poop and music videos. Like that's that's the two things you could watch the most.
Yeah. It's like when you're talking to an older. It's like when you're talking to an older generation. Back in your day, you used to skip rocks. Back in our day, we used to skip ads.
At least it's just ads, right?
Right.
Why did you skip ads? We just install AdBlocker.
No.
Now on YouTube, YouTube is the only site I have my ad block disabled. Otherwise, everything is on. Maybe a few other sites that I respect. Otherwise, like if I'm doing research, for example, for something, I want to go to a paper like the Times or something like that, and say, please turn off the ads. I turn it off. Like I got clustered with ads, like 50 ads on the same. Come on. I want to let you earn your money, okay? But don't overdo it. Like, don't overdo it. And that's the problem with the whole ad thing.
I don't know. I just never cared enough to install it. Like, I'm just like, I don't really. I don't know.
It's just an extension. It's like
I get that, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, here's the deal. I'm like always on YouTube. But not always. I mean, like I'm mostly on YouTube. So it wouldn't like matter for me because like I would want the ads on because like I like to support the people that I watch.
Same.
So it's like, I don't know. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like where I do like when depending on the topic, I'd have to go through a lot of sites. Especially, for example, one very research heavy topic was one company called Upnori. They're like a Korean company. They made 5 early access titles and still in early access. And until 2020, so until this year, they want to make 25 VR sports titles. Yeah, 25.
Oh my gosh.
It's possible because the games share a lot of assets, but every game costs like $15 or something like that. And I tried to contact them via, like, I have to go to the sites, and I had to turn AdBlocker on because like everything was plastered with ads. I tried to contact them via Twitter and so on. I found a bunch of shit out, like their CFO is also a CEO of another company, and the company shares the phone number with another company, and they got 2 million grant from the Korean government and a bunch of shit. And like, oh my god. And it seems like they just run and gun. They got the money and they vanished from the internet. Can't find anything anymore.
Wow.
Crazy. So that was
because they're living on their island.
Yeah,
all that money.
Yeah. they're probably living on an island, but like with 2 million
private island.
Yeah, with 2 million, maybe not private island, but like with 2 million, you can live comfortably for the rest of your life,
right?
If you don't pay taxes, you scammed anyone anyway. So yeah, why not continue doing it? Yeah. And that was very research heavy, so I had to, because I also was looking through their YouTube videos. They have like a YouTube channel. I had to turn it on because I was like clicking through the videos and searching for things, and I didn't want to stop at every ad. That was intense. It was like one sleepless weekend.
Oh yeah.
Do you have like sometimes like things like that where you're working on something, you can't stop? Just working on it.
Oh yeah, like dude, I'm gonna feel that soon because I want to release a video in like 2 days. So yeah, I'm I'm gonna so that's gonna be on my mind these next few days. So yeah, I feel that too, where it's like when a deadline is close, it's like, okay, it's crunch time, let's go, and then I get it done.
Captain Crunch is coming. Oi, mates.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's true.
Whenever I think about like, I'm thinking also of like, I want to keep this under 2 hours. Whenever I'm thinking about the podcast, when I'm editing, I'm like, I have to edit this because I like to cut all the dead noise, like all the because it's I know a lot of people leave it in. They're lazy, by the way. Fuck them.
Wow.
No, like for real. I have they're like podcasts that are really well made. Something like You Are Not So Smart. Really great podcast. He like it's an edit. It's completely edit. He's like you get from one topic to another topic. Yeah. And it's like great. You can listen to it in one go. It does not annoy you. But a lot of podcasts just leave it in. And leaving a little of banter in, like a small stretch of like dead noise for it to settle, is fine. But like some podcasts, just like we record, we render, we put it out, and that's it. That's all we do. And I hate it.
Right.
So
to each their own. Like I get it. There's like 2 different kinds of people that
listen. I don't get it.
I mean,
a little bit of effort. Come on.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not saying like no effort. I'm just saying like that some people like longer podcasts that don't feel edited, while other people like short form type stuff. So like I get it. I've been in both boats.
I am definitely a long man, but dude,
yeah,
the longer the better. No, not
but make it listenable.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't do it on purpose. It's just like I go with the flow, and when the topic runs out of steam or I don't want to edit anymore, I say, okay, the one with Touzel, the one podcast with Touzel was like we just went with it, and after like 5 hours or 6 hours, I'm like, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
I'm done. I can't do it. Touzel, it was very fun, but it's the end. We can do it again. And editing took probably like 20 hours. Probably. Oh yeah. Like with me cutting all this stuff and cutting parts out that Touzel didn't want in. I think it was only one part that he didn't like. Yeah, but otherwise, like, no.
Yeah.
Having your mind into
we're not gonna go on for 6 hours. I hope you know that's not
that would be
that's
scary.
Not my plan.
That would be.
That's
scary.
not my plan because I got stuff to do later today. So,
that
but like I'm good now. So like, I'm not trying to rush or anything. I'm just saying like.
No, that would be scary.
I'm not expecting a 6-hour session.
No, so. that would be fucking scary. Do you know, like, by any means, EFAP?
No.
They do like 11-hour podcasts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but they don't edit it. Like
that's. Like, oh well, okay. Well,
it's no. I think nobody expects someone to edit an 11-hour podcast. That would be. Mm-hmm. I mean, I did it. They had like an 11-hour podcast, and it doesn't matter the situation, but I did for them like one part where I cut all the important parts about one topic, and it took like 15, 20 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, nobody expects someone to cut an 11-hour podcast. That would be
for real.
That would be crazy. Whoever does that, I applaud you. But I hope you I hope you got paid. I hope you got paid.
I hope you got paid the big bucks for that. Dear goodness.
I mean, I could, now that I feel comfortable with editing, for example, podcasts, I could definitely say, hey, I can edit your podcast really quickly for you. And earn money with that way. But I have my day job, and day job is already so tiring. Do you like work as well, or do you only edit? You have a day job as well, or do you earn yours?
My day job is editing.
Your day job is editing. Good. You basically are either editing or you're editing.
Yeah.
And when you're not editing, you're watching YouTube videos to edit.
Yeah. My life is YouTube.
YouTube is life. YouTube is love.
Yeah, true.
They should hire you.
Oh
you know?
My gosh,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably would make better YouTube videos for them.
Oh, for real.
Make some better effects, you know. Do you watch sometimes the YouTube creative platform or YouTube Academy?
I don't. Not usually.
No. Okay.
Unless there's like a big update where I'm like, okay, I need to know what's going on here. Mm-hmm. But other than that, not really.
Yeah.
I just like the longer I've been on YouTube, the less I've watched these. Oh, how to get more subscribers on YouTube? You know, because I don't. It's like, okay, cool, but like everything that I want to do or am doing is the exact opposite. Even though, like, if I did what you did, I can't make the content that I want to make. So I'm good.
Yep.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's the one big topic. Like, I want to do this topic.
Post every day. I'm like,
oh no.
Anyways, it's crazy.
I dropped it after I read a few of it, and one of the most amazing things I found out is like everybody's about the SEO. You have to you have to optimize your search engine thingy.
Right.
You have to optimize it, and then it's literally written in the YouTube guidelines or YouTube rules where it's like it doesn't matter if you optimize your search engine thingy. The way it's shown on YouTube, it's more dependent on way more stuff. Like how many people clicked on your video, how many people watched your entire video. So even if you have perfect SEO, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't do jack shit for your channel. It should. Like, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you do it, it's not magic. It's not gonna bring your channel like skyrocket.
Right.
And a lot of people, when they like, that's what I hate about this. Sometimes about this subreddit culture. A lot of people, this is my 10 steps to get big. And one of the things is like, do the perfect SEO and thumbnail. I'm like, yeah, I have 10 to 20 examples where someone didn't even put tags and has no thumbnail and they have 1 million views. What do you say now?
Critical. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you say now? Okay. One example that like discouraged me at the beginning was this guy Out of Sight. Great guy, by the way. He had one video with 500,000 clicks. It was his first video.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So let me pull it up. Out of Sight. Like, I'm like, am I that bad that nobody wants to watch me? Am I that bad? Or is it
interesting?
I can find him. Fuck. That's also one of the features I would like. I want to go into my own sub channel list and search for channels.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
Because like sometimes I just sometimes I can't find it. Like there's only this list, and sometimes you can't find it. So yeah, I would like that. There's so many things I would like, and the answer is always YouTube probably doesn't implement it because nobody cares.
Mm-hmm. You know what I would like?
What? Tell me.
Monetization? Like that.
Wait, don't. Cool. What? Huh? You don't have monetization?
I don't have monetization, no.
What? How?
I know, right?
You have the requirements.
Because of nope, don't have the 4,000 hours of watch time. Haha.
That's a joke, right?
No, it's not. I can send you a screenshot right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
So literally about to get it too, then YouTube changed, and then I couldn't get it. I'm like, bruh, I was literally just about to have it, and I was so excited. I'm like, wow, finally.
The thing is, we know for a fact, it's been tested many times, that once you get monetization, your channel gets a second boost. Because now YouTube can make money with your videos, so they will actually actively push towards the community that watch this kind of content.
Yep.
I'm not comfortable with that. They changed it because of you. They say, "Oh, MasterEth is coming close."
I'm too powerful. They knew that I would blow up. They knew.
It's only 1% of my power.
Sure. Okay, there we go.
Let me see. Oh my god, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, I know.
I want to commit a crime.
Right? No, I know. Oh, same. Yeah.
I want to commit a violent crime. Actually,
literally, it was like, yeah. I can't remember what the requirements were before, but they weren't like that strict. Like I think it was like 1,000 subs or something. I don't even remember.
1,000 subs, I think.
But listen, that's 4,000 hours of watch time per year. So it's like,
did they fuck with you and said no, you don't have, but you actually have?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
because you should like it. Okay, just me like calculating like a few things on your channel. You should be like, you should go get there. You should get close there. I think they're fucking.
Think so.
I think they're fucking with you. I think they're actively fucking with you. Yeah, but they're like on the other hand, they're like people that have the requirements and they did nothing wrong, and YouTube just says, nah, not
right.
We don't feel like it.
We don't feel like it. Yeah. Actually, no. That's the tone of YouTube. We don't feel like doing it.
We don't feel like this.
So we're not going to.
Maybe tomorrow, and then tomorrow is like maybe next year, maybe next decades.
Maybe we'll listen to you in about 5 years.
Yeah, when you grew your fan base all on your own, you had not to rely on YouTube. Now we're gonna give you some love.
Right. We're gonna do some public PR stuff. We're gonna plant a few trees. That way we seem okay, and people hate us a little bit less, even though it doesn't matter. It's like,
Yeah, you hit the point. Like that's the voice of YouTube. You hit there. You hit it there. You hit it there for a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
And when you do something wrong, can't do that. And what about the established media? What about the established media? Well, you can't do that. Don't talk about established media.
Right.
That's basically YouTube. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I love YouTube. Okay, I love it. I love the site. I'm sorry to say it. I may be a hypocrite, but I love it. I love the site. I love it to death. Nothing comes close to it. There are many like competitors that try, but they are not fighting YouTube. They are fighting YouTube plus its user base plus 10 years of development. They had 10 years. Yeah, they had 10 years of developing new ways of enticing you to stay on the site.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it looks clean and corporate, it's somehow like, does anyone really hate the design?
No, I don't think so.
Yep, and there you go.
It's gotten better over the years.
Yep, and there you go. Like, we might shit on YouTube, but unfortunately, they are competent motherfuckers.
See, the funny thing is, most of the people that complain about YouTube are creators. Like, I don't know anybody who watches YouTube who like complains that much about it. You know?
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Because we are doing the stuff. We are creating the content that is shown.
Work,
that's shown on YouTube. That means we feel entitled, which is I think correct, to a little bit of acknowledgement that we exist. It seems often like. Yeah, it don't exist to us. We don't care. Like,
it's just like we're feeding the void. You know? Where it's like, oh, we throw our projects out there. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, another project over here. Oh, look, and then keep the process.
and it's like I always come to this conclusion of, I might complain about it, and I might vent my frustration and talk about people with it, and I think we all come to the collective conclusion of. We can't do much about it.
Fair.
It's like we are under it's like a benevolent king or monarch. YouTube's like we will give you enough money. Enough incentives. We'll give you enough stuff that you will continue working for us, but not as much that you think that you own anything. Which is super smart, actually. Like. If you want to run a kingdom, that's the way you do it.
Right.
Keep the people on the leash, on the short leash. Man, that's... I don't know, man. I just find it... Yeah. Frustration. Do you know that feeling? Frustration on your own channel and frustration on... Or maybe for other people. Like, I also know other people, like... I feel frustrated for them. Because, like, they should be further. Way further. Like, Touzel is someone like that. Like, Touzel does really, really good stuff. And, like, even he couldn't grow organically. He had people that were way bigger than him shout him out. But even then, like, it doesn't really grow. Like, I was expecting, like, okay, he's gonna hit 500K this year, and next year is gonna be at 1 million, baby. Like, nope.
Right.
Not really. So I feel frustrated for him at the same time. Like Cynic's next is actually the same thing. Like he's like has the animation, also a little bit of animation with movie reviews, and like the same. Like even though he got shout out and has contacts with bigger YouTubers, it's very slow.
Right.
It's very slow. And then things like that, like the out of sight guy. Like, I have this his channel pulled up. So he has one video called "Why is every indie game made in pixel art?" Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait. Oh, you're so right. Oh, how am I not? Oh wow. Okay, sorry.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that?
No, but I know what you mean. Oh my gosh.
It's not like the best artistic video ever. It's not a bad video either. It's well made, actually. It has good editing techniques, okay? But nothing that anyone... Like, he probably has a background in editing. A background in design. So he knows his stuff. He knows how to do it. But it's not like the best video ever. It just comes out of left field and leaves the guy... I think he waited to get monetized first, and then he released his second video. But then out of his video, he gets 500,000 views, 11K subscribers, and then the next video is like also like at 8K already. You ask yourself, what the fuck? Like someone that really like does stuff consistently, like every month or every week, and like it's consistently good. And you ask yourself, why are they not getting the thing? And that frustrates me.
I just looked at his channel right now. Like that's crazy.
Two videos.
My gosh.
And like videos. There are people that need like 100,000 videos. Like the first two. Usually, most people like count with 2 to 3 years to get started. That's the time frame.
Right.
But you have to ask yourself, like, like it's not the best video ever, but it's not the worst video ever either. It's just a good, consistent video. Yeah. But is it like compared to other people that I know, is it worth that amount of acknowledgement? Did just YouTube just push it randomly? Like, did he hit the correct thing?
I don't know.
So yeah,
it's funny. It's like I just got to 100,000 channel views, and this guy, like not more than quadrupled that with one video.
Yep.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Crazy.
It is.
Oh wow. And then his very next video, 8K views.
It's still good.
Wow.
It's still good. Like for
I'm not saying it's not good.
For an 11K
It's
channel,
just
it's
funny.
good. For an 11K like his first video just monetized him, basically.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like, how's her name? Januela, the van girl.
Oh, that, yeah.
Her is even a weirder case. It's even, I talked about this with other people. Her is feeling weirder case. Because, Janel, Eliana, her case is even weirder. Because it's like, oh, she also comes from left field. But she's not the first one to do this kind of content. They're like 100,000 like her. Same editing techniques. Even even better. Like, why this one? This doesn't make sense on our first video.
YouTube pushed it randomly? Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It might be.
There's some conspiracies with that.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
It's just like,
I don't want to go there. I think it's just random. That's why I say, when I say luck, like, because if you look at it, like, a lot other people also have this van style videos, and it's the same same length, same quality, even the same type of people, you know. And like, why her? And then of course my favorite example, CM Gaming. Oh, I can't remember how it's called. Oh, I found one channel that was channel boosting, sub and view boosting, and you can see it immediately, and like, it brings my blood to a boiling point. Oh, oh no! You want to know the worst thing about it? They actually have a Reddit post where they talk about, oh, here's how you get how you get success on YouTube, and like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't do it. They did. They.
Oh my gosh.
They just did it, and like, what? Yeah, I can pull it up. I can pull it up here. Reddit post. What is the game? The channel name is Official CM Gaming, and the Reddit post Official CM Gaming. Oh my god, I already thinking about how I have to edit this shit. So finally 1K subscribers. 10 tips so far that I have learned to be really important. And like, what?
Wow.
You did what? And it's archived. It has like 134 upvotes and like 100 responses. I'm like, oh well, 2 months, 1K. You really did it. I'm like, yeah, great. It's like,
exactly.
Oh no, I'm never give up. They stopped, by the way. They stopped uploading.
My gosh.
First point, never give up.
They did. Oh my gosh. Hobbyist right here. Telling you.
The hobbyist that was hoping to like get like initial boost with their own stuff. You know, analytics is there to push your determination. What are you talking about, my dude? Scheduling is key to preventing burnout.
I am literally
looking
shaking through his most recent video. There's no commentary. It's just strict gameplay for 60 minutes.
Yep.
Like no editing.
Yep.
Like okay.
You Yep.
Just,
you know, when
makes me angry.
When
I'm actually getting angry.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point.
Sad.
You should get angry about this shit, because actually this channel should exactly. This channel should already be banned, and I reported it to YouTube already. And like, guys, you can see that it's view boosted. It's actually, you can just go into a random video, go into the comment section, and then see, 1K views, but only 16 comments. Also, like and dislike, just a few likes and dislikes. Not even 10%. Like just cut it. No, yeah. I thought about long about doing a video about it. But first of all, nobody cares except for us. Nobody cares except for us. Like
right.
normal viewers. First of all, it's not their job to be angry about it. But they also will never come across. They will never come across this thing, kind of thing. So I get it. Like, okay, YouTube won't do anything because it's not actually harming anyone.
Well, I mean, fair.
But at the same time, like, I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed.
Well, it's just like I'm low key upset because it's like I think about my videos and most don't even break 1K, and I work hard on my videos, man. And so to see this, it's just like, oh
yeah,
well, like I'm doing raw,
like
no commentary gameplays.
Yeah, so like seeing those 3 examples of this was random luck. This was also random luck, and now here we have a channel boost. Like we work, like we have a day job and we work on our videos because we like to do it, but also because we want to get something out of it. Saying that's not the case, like I'm just doing it because I want to do it, would be probably lying. Of course you want people to watch your videos.
Well, I think initially that was the case, but like now it's like I'm committed to this.
But even then, like, you want people to watch your stuff. Like,
well,
you doing this for someone,
right?
You're doing this for entertainment. You're doing this for infotainment. You're doing this to bring people new ideas. Like on your channel, you have indie games, right? Like that's one thing that appealed to me. Like because I was like, indie games don't get enough coverage. You have like
exactly. My gosh!
You have 1,000 reviewers, 1,000, but everyone reviews Dark Souls, Borderlands, and the new Call of Duty, like
and Red for Dead
and Red Dead
Redemption
and Red Dead. Like, come on, dudes! There are 1,000 reviewers. There are 1,000 games out there. Please review those. Like, there's one game called Philophobia, like love, the fear of love. It's coming out from a game dev underground. Like it's actually really niche, but if someone would actually pick it up, like it bigger, then maybe people would actually play the game.
Right. Yeah.
Same for with Anxiety.
Sure.
This is a below older game. Like that you need people to make it. Okay, one case. Ubermosh. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. Ubermosh series. Ubermosh Volume 7 came out. I am still to this day the only reviewer that reviewed this game. I'm the only review on YouTube. Like, YouTube is vast. It's impossible that I'm only the only person that reviewed this game. It's impossible. It's not true. I'm still the like it's been 5 months. I'm still the only one.
Yeah. It's dude, indie game reviews are so underrated. Like it's such a niche market. It's crazy.
But also at the same time, like I think even when people reviews the big wigs, they should, even now and again, they should throw in an indie game in there because people play indie games. It's not like they don't play it.
Yeah.
And if you don't hear about it, you're not gonna watch it. You're not gonna play it.
I mean, what's funny?
Yeah, please.
What's funny for me is that like I actually enjoy indie games like way more than these like AAA titles. And that's just how it's been like the older I've gotten.
Preach the word, my dude. Preach it.
True. Yeah.
Facts. You're spitting straight facts, my dude. Of course. Like I've been boycotting EA for 3 years now, and I have never missed a single day. Never missed a AAA title a single day. Because I have so many choices of indie games, and with AAA is like, it's like a stealth third-person action adventure shooter. It's most of it. That's most of the titles or shooter. I can get that as well on as an indie game. I don't need that. So many indie titles. So many. Do you still do indie game reviews? Yeah. It's been a while. The last I think you made.
Yeah, so like I do more than indie game reviews. So it's like what I realized is that I like indie projects in general, whether it be like games or series or just like people in general. So like my most recent one is about an internet show.
I watched it because you recommended it to me. And thanks on the video. And thanks for ruining my time because it's pretty good.
I know, it's a good show. Like,
thanks for ruining my time plans.
You're welcome.
That's
every YouTuber's plan. What do you mean? Like,
basically,
it just happens.
Yeah.
Like games, YouTubers, shows. There was one where I reviewed or analyzed, or whatever you want to call it, like accounts from like Instagram and Twitter. I thought that was interesting because I feel like nobody does that. So I was like, oh, let's do this cool little thing. And I got a ton of support from like those people directly that they're like, oh, wow, this is really cool. You know? And it's just like, I always like supporting like others any way I can.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's kind of what my channel's kind of turned into, is just like, hey, let's all look at this cool thing and figure out like, why is this cool? And like, oh, it has a deeper meaning. That's really neat, you know?
Yeah. I noticed
and just
that.
Like general positivity and just support. Because I don't feel like that there's a lot of that. So it's like, hey, I want to be the YouTuber that's, you know, bringing people up instead of all these commentary channels who are putting people down. And like, commentary has its place, right? I'm not saying that we should have no commentary.
When you're punching up, it makes sense. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we need more positivity in general, like, especially on the internet.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, hey, I'm gonna be that guy, you know.
But you're talking to someone that is inherently negative, but I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like, well, you need both, right?
I am the yang.
I just feel
I
like
am the yang to your yin.
Kind of. I don't know. I just feel like it's too skewed one way, and I'm like, okay, maybe we need like a bit more on this side, kind of deal.
But I also agree with your point that we should actively promote other YouTubers, and I do that all the time. I also give pointers to YouTubers. One of my internet buddies, I know because I tried to help him because his audio was shit. And I said, do you use like any cleanup afterwards? You know, Audacity. I'm like, oh, I didn't know he could do that. Like, then we became friends.
Right.
So so yeah, I agree. Like giving pointers, helping people, promoting people.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing that and it actually happens more like in the small YouTuber community. One of my critique points towards like bigger YouTubers is that they often don't come back to their roots basically and just leave it. But it's also at the same time I understand, you know, they're doing their own stuff. They have their own time. They don't have time to like look actively for people that they don't know about. Like they don't know there are people out there.
Unless that's what their channel is. Oh wait. I swear, like if I ever do become like this big YouTuber, I still want to stay to my roots where it's like I still want to do this, where it's like I find these like small projects that people are doing and like support them any way I can. Because it's like people have passions and dreams and like they have like these projects that they've always wanted to work on, and it's just like when they do finally make it, it's like it's crazy because it takes a lot of time and effort, mentally, physically. It's just there's just a lot that goes into a lot of creative projects.
That's the reason I leave my DMs open, you know, like people should always contact me if they have a question. I know, like I've been doing this for a year. I know a few things, you know. If people ask me for advice, a few things I can help you. I'm not the Master Chief. I don't know everything, but a few things I can. You can this, you know, how to handle things like if someone told me that you can like basic tools that you could use to, for example, download a YouTube video. That would be helpful already, you know, or how to do certain effects. That would be also helpful. How to deal with audio. But can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you deal with music in your videos?
So like
because I don't like putting music in my videos, and I think most YouTubers do it incorrectly.
I normally do because. And like obviously it's like non-copyright stuff, so it's like from the YouTube studio. But it's just like it's weird because it's like this relates to it. But like I was editing my video and like I was editing it without the music. I'm like, oh yeah, I need the music. And once I added the music, the video felt more like dynamic and full. Like it added to the tone perfectly. And I'm like, okay, this is why music is important in like my projects. And like there's some music that I'll add at certain time to like portray a certain mood or like. You know, So I think like it's not always necessary, but I think it can enhance the visual experience depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree. At the same time, I'm horrible at doing it. That's why, like, and I think most YouTubers are like most YouTubers. Either the music's way too loud or way too silent, and doesn't fit.
Yeah,
and I'm definitely on the it doesn't fit category.
Oh yeah,
I have no clue how to do it. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a tone deaf kind of person when it comes to like this sort of stuff.
Yep, nope. I admit it. I'm completely tone deaf. I have no idea. That's why I always ask someone, "Can you do something for me?"
Yeah.
Yeah, asking for help. That's definitely a thing that everybody should do. Yeah. And I know that from communications class. It's basically there are like different types of messages you send when you say something. So if someone if someone took your key, took your car without telling it to you, the worst thing you can do is telling you are a bad person for taking my car. You have to say, I feel like this was a bad thing because I felt this way. If you make a you statement, the person instantly goes into defensive mode, and they're not gonna listen to you. So it's like, I feel like it would have been better if you would have told me. I feel like it's me. It's about me. Because people hate when you talk about their mistakes. So yeah. So I get your point. Like sometimes you just want to say, "Fuck off! Why did you take my car?" But
yeah,
maybe you should be a little more subtle and say, "Hey, I feel like this wasn't that Gucci, man. Like that was not Gucci." And yes, so. Yeah, I get your point. I still don't like it. I like to be brutally honest, but I get it. People have feelings. I have feelings too, and we have to maybe watch out for those feels.
Right. True.
No. Good. I think we're through of the topics. I would like to talk to you for longer, but like, it's just like I'm also tired. It's almost 11 o'clock here, so. Yeah, and
right. Oh gosh, it's later for you. I forgot. Yep. I totally spaced on that. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Nope, it's totally fine. Time zones are weird, and I hate them. Good.
All right. Well, then I got a little question for you. Then
go for
it. When do you normally go to sleep? / when do you normally wake up?
It depends. I'm working on a project for work, so basically every day I'm waking up at 5:30. And then going to sleep at 11 because I also work on the YouTube channel and scripts and all the other stuff. 11, maybe sometimes midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock, depending on the editing heavy stuff. Yeah, so that's when I go to sleep. Good.
It's interesting because I have a similar schedule where it's like I wake up at 6:30 and go to bed at like 11:30.
Yeah, not healthy.
So it's like, I sleep in on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good. I think we're done so far. I always ask the guests if by any chance someone's listening to this, which I hope they are. Do you have any advice for people that are starting out a YouTube channel right now? Doesn't need to be the best advice ever. Just advice you learned, so something you learned along the way.
I feel like that YouTube isn't for everybody, and I know that sounds like negative, but in a sense I'm trying to give life advice instead of YouTube advice, where it's like if you don't end up liking YouTube, there's something else that you'll like in life, and I feel like a lot of people don't have one thing that they like are passionate about. So I feel like as long as you can find that one thing, you're kind of set, if that makes sense. Because it's like I always used to think like, oh, my one friend stopped doing YouTube. Oh, well, that's sad. I don't have a YouTube friend in that area now. But then it's like, well, yeah, but at the same time, like, here's a good example, right? One of my friends was a YouTuber for a while, and then she realized, wait a minute, I like writing a lot more. So she stopped YouTube. She has like this really cool novel that she made. She writes blogs. So she's like, she really likes writing. So like, that's her thing. And that's really cool. Like, I'm proud of her, and I like support her in that. So it's just like, have fun with YouTube, that's what it is. Like, you should be having fun with it first and foremost. But if you're not having fun with it, either figure out how to make it fun or figure out what your thing is, if YouTube isn't it, if that makes sense.
No, that was one of the best advice I've heard. in general, because I think a lot of people of course, also this podcast sometimes focused on, here's a thing that I complain about a lot, or here's a thing I don't like about the small YouTuber community, but like this is a actually valid advice. Like, not everyone is gonna be able to live with this type of stuff. Not everyone is made for YouTube. It's like it's a hard place to live in. It's a hard place to actually make content. But good. Do you want to shill your stuff, or do you want me to shill your stuff?
It's just MasterEth on YouTube. That's where my main big projects are. So other than that, I mean,
links will be in the description as always.
I'll have to check out your videos for sure.
Yeah.
I just need to find the time, honestly.
Don't worry. Like don't worry. Like I don't ask people to watch my stuff when it's like 20, 30
No, I know,
long.
but like, okay, but the thing is, right? I barely know anybody who does indie game reviews, so it's like I'm gonna look at that content,
All right, good, great. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
To the guests, to everyone who's viewing, thank you for watching. It's a short one. I like it. I should keep those things short for me to edit less.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and have a nice day. Bye bye.